The concept of Give As You Live started originally in my garden shed in early 2005. At the time I was running a web design agency. One of my colleagues was a volunteer fundraiser for Save the Children. And I had this sort of light bulb moment to think, why couldn't we use the internet as a way to raise money for charity? So the original business was something called, the company still has a product called Everyclick, which is a search engine that enabled people to raise money for charity. Great idea. We became the 4th largest search engine in England, but ultimately Google was our competitor, and our users were worth pennies. They loved the product, but they weren't raising enough for charity. So Give As You Live was spawned out of that idea using our existing technology base. And it really works because it means that every user can generate even more funds for their chosen charity just by making their purchases online. And obviously over the last 8 years we've seen a huge growth in e-commerce. So we've moved out of my garden shed. We're now living behind the mushroom factory in Evesham, and we have a team of 20 people here and 5 in China. We work with over 3,000 global retailers, and we've raised over £4 million for charity. So Give As You Live enables you to shop for the charity of your choice. So we have all 200,000 UK charities live on our database. Today we have raised funds for over 17,000 of them, so there are still little charities in every corner of England that could be raising funds that don't know about us yet. Each one of those can have a relationship with over 3,000 leading retailers, and today we have 40,000 active shoppers. So we've proven concept and we're ready to grow much bigger. I'm very ambitious. Growth is everything. We've doubled our revenues in 2013, and in 2014 I'd like to see them more than double. Our ambition is to establish rapid growth in the UK and then move to other territories. Our most likely first move is the US. Scale is important because we're all buying more and more online. And every transaction that's made online, there's often a commission available, and our driver in life is to ensure that you, the consumer, can take that commission and direct it to the charity of your choice. So, for example, this year, £18 billion will be spent online. If all of that spend went through Give As You Live, an additional 680 million will be raised for charity without anybody spending any extra cash, because the brands are going to part with this cash anyway as a marketing cost. The right team and making sure that you scale the right team is critical to growth. As I said, we're a rurally based business. We live behind the mushroom factory in Evesham, and so we have a relationship with global brands, and building that team, and particularly the development team, is critical to our growth. We're not a business that needs to be enormous in order to scale, but we need to significantly scale the team from where it is today. And obviously the rate of change in technology is a constant challenge. You know, when we launched the business, desktop was the device, and now we're seeing a rapid acceleration of mobile. So that means we need our technology to complement what the user needs to shop online. So, you know, ongoing development is key to our success, to sustain our growth. Being perfectly brutal, I think that digital fundraising is behind the curve of everything else digital. I think charities, it's not their job to innovate, it's their job to raise funds and do great stuff with that funds. I think that what we'll see as mobile accelerates so fast, that charities will have to, their fundraising will probably almost leapfrog the digital channel and go straight to mobile, because the way we're living our lives is changing so fast, and the younger generations that charities have to reach in order to fill their donation budgets, you can find them on a mobile. I believe that the way the younger generations want to give to charity will mean that innovative ways of fundraising, like Give As You Live, will become a much more important way that charities will fundraise in the future. I think we will have less spare cash at the moment, and being able to give without putting your hand deeper in your pocket is key to how charities fundraise in the future. It has to fit with people's lives. We all might make a cake in a different way, we might mix it in different ways, but ultimately if you don't have the right ingredients in that cake, and the analogy being ingredients equals the team, then the cake will never rise. If you put it in the oven for too long, it'll burn. And that's what running a business is about, is making sure you have the right ingredients, You give them the freedom to mix themselves correctly, but you make sure you give them the right environment in order to rise well.